Hello and welcome to the 5 Minute Film Club, and also happy Halloween! We're finally at the end of my 30 years of horror series, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate than the 30th anniversary of Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Hellraiser tells the story of Frank, a man with a very particular fetish, a kink for pain. His endeavour to plumb the depths of human pain and pleasure leads to him getting ensnared by the Cenobites, a leather-clad group of hell-dwelling beings who claim people's souls when they are on the look for something a little bit extra. Somehow he escapes their grasp, and along with the help of his brother's wife, must now capture and kill strangers in order for him to return to human form. Well, as human as Frank knows it. Something I've learnt from watching these horror films from 1987 is that transformation seems to be a big part, and none more than most, in Hellraiser. Clive Barker famously said that when he got the gig for directing Hellraiser, based off his own short story, The Hellbound Heart, he went down to the local library to see whether he could get out a book on directing. Unfortunately, both copies were out. But books aside, you honestly wouldn't know that this is a debut feature. Hellraiser is incredibly cine-literate and understands its genre perfectly. It harks back to both the gothic times of Dracula and Frankenstein in his castle, but also understands the world in which Hellraiser is being released, full of yuppies and money, and definitely a big class divide. And then you have all those wonderful practical special effects. After they shot the film, the studio decided to go back and redo a couple of the characters to make them American and lose more of the film's British location. So it comes across as this rather nondescript transatlantic place, which only adds to the element of mystery and otherworldly forces at work. There is a character of a tramp that keeps appearing throughout the film, and as I haven't seen this film for probably well over 10 years, I just couldn't remember what he was there and what he was all about, and was slightly bemused by the revelation at the end. And honestly, at the end and quite a lot of the way through, I was just thinking to myself, wow, Hellraiser really is a fantastically weird film. Of course, in Hellraiser, the film gives birth to another horror icon, Pinhead. Doug Bradley has made a career of playing the head Cenobite across 7 sequels, and is as recognisable as the likes of Freddy or Jason. I love the irony of Pinhead, because he always, to me, comes across as not in the same league as Freddy and Jason. Yes, he hunts down people, but I feel like he's just doing a job.
You opened it. We came.
It's just a bottle bag!
Oh no.
You know, he is the head Cenobite. Oh god, another soul escaped. Oh, go up to Earth, let's take him down. What Clive Barker does here is incredibly interesting. He makes the human the monster. And to be honest, Frank and Julia are far scarier than any Freddy or Jason, because they could actually exist on your street. Hellraiser still feels incredibly relevant today, and its horror and gore haven't diminished. After the sequel, Clive Barker has yet to return to the franchise, even with various remake match-ups and God knows what else promised in the past. Dimension Films at the moment just seem content with continuing to hold on to the rights by releasing a terrible film every couple of years and just calling it a Hellraiser. But please, this Halloween, accept no substitutes and revel in the gothic majesty that is Clive Barker's original Hellraiser.
But if you need us, we'll tear your soul apart.